Shanti. Stay in the volcanic stage and experience powerful remembrance, power to merge. When you sit in yoga, you need to have the power to merge everything else in a second. All thoughts of service should be merged. You need to have so much power that as soon as you say stop, you're able to put a full stop. A powerful break has to be applied, not a weak break. If this takes longer than a second to do, it means that your power to merge is weak. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Welcome to Vikti Parivar. Today's day 21. Stay in the volcanic stage and experience powerful remembrance. Today's topic, power to merge. Didi Mohini ji's specialities shared by Dadi Prakash Ji. 14. The part of the Shaktis. Baba always said, you Shaktis have a special part at the end. So now the part of the Shaktis has to open. The part of the Shaktis can only open when a commander leads. So this too is an instrumental part of Didi. Baba has made our lovely Didi the form of power, an instrument to play a special part. Now we will listen to Mohini Didi ji.
Om Shanti. Do you all, when you listen to about our ancestor souls, Didi, Dadi, not one, but maybe over 100 or so, right? Do you think that we have relationship with them? How many of you feel? Everyone, that's very beautiful. Because at this time, their part was to begin the yajna. They were the ones who became trustees, and Baba, generally when people have distaste and it's kind of vairagya, they leave everything. They go to the forest and will become sadhu or saint, but Baba didn't leave anything. But rather he used everything in Baba's task. He told his partner, you take 50% and give me 50%. I will use it for creating the new world in the establishment of new world. He had many, many big buildings in Karachi. I think some recently went and they saw all those buildings. So Baba opened hostel for children, for mothers, for main yagya. Each building was used. So he used everything instead of abandon them. So that's a completely different way, right? So at that time, then Baba had created a trust, and eight were the trustees, and they all were young Kumaris. And Baba, after that, gave everything to that trust, and he never used word my, because he gave interest. And these dadis now carefully, they were not dadis, young Kumaris, keep following Baba's Srimad and did whatever Baba wanted them to do and took care of. There were little children, there were older women, so it was like a very big family. There were around 300 of them those who decided to just be the part of the trunk or the main foundation of creation of the new world. So that is where really Yajna began, where everyone saw it as if they have to sacrifice their vices as sesame seeds in the yagya to keep the fuel, the flame ignited. And like this, it continues. And so this is where the yagya began. So when we say 90 years of yagya is yagya, the way it began. So I was just asking, discussing that if 90 years of yagya, so I didn't first think about how was it when I was physically born. Then I today was telling, oh, I was 5 years old when the yagya and all this began, because it began in 37 and my birth was 41. So it must be very, interesting time to be born when the yagya also started. 85 years. So it was 90. Just think of how this whole big family and the way they served, the way they all the time felt we are serving yagya. Like for me, I never, even whosoever is the instrument, whosoever, whatever our circumstances, whatever action I'm doing is for Baba's yagya. Is for Baba. Baba's yagya. For Baba means Baba's yagya. So this whole connection of Baba's, each child, each one of us has with the yagya. Is family, of course, but also yagya. And then we are students of same university. We are followers of same guru. So even our relationship with each other, right? So Baba wants us to be good instrument. Just imagine that when Baba helps us to qualify, all that will continue. At confluence stage, the maximum you can reach to. will help you, because in the cycle, in the last birth, minimum left will be quite a lot. I always say, if this is the last birth, how it will be the first birth? Because sometimes to imagine what is my future, I always think about that, okay, if this is the last birth, and we immediately love purity. So if in last birth we like purity, how pure we will be in the first birth, how we must have began. The whole cycle, no? Our purity, even we went through golden age, silver age, copper, iron. But until now that quality is there. So that is why at conference said, whatever best you can become, then the whole cycle, even in the last birth, you will have those qualities. Right? So we are part of the yajna, each one of us. Whatever we do, even that is why we have, okay, Baba's Bandari. Brahma Bhojan is cooked from Bandari. Everything is done through Bandari. It's for Baba, Baba's yajna. So, fast effort maker, within 1 second. Whatever happened until last minute is accurate, is drama, full stop. I always now thinking that way, because we always regret by thinking maybe we didn't do something right. And maybe we would have done that, we could have been more complication. You don't know. So whatever had to happen is drama, full stop. Yeah, for next time, we can always think different. But whatever happened, sometimes we think there were better options. We use our intellect, but we don't know that it would have been better or worse, right? It's drama, beneficial, right? So today Baba is giving us our homework for tomorrow, to use power to merge. Power to merge, Baba says, when you sit in yoga, you need to have the power. So Baba says that power to merge. Okay, it's all drama. Let me be with Baba. So Baba says that power to merge everything else within a second. All thoughts of service, even of service, should also be merged. Because service plan, but to implement that and success of that depends on our power of yoga. Baba says you need to have so much power that as soon as you say, stop, you're telling your mind. Baba says that you are able to put full stop, and you are able to a powerful break has to be powerful break has to be applied. So Baba says, not some people keep break in such a way that everyone in the car get a big jerk, right? But not that kind of break, right? So Baba says that if it takes longer than a second to do it, means that your power to merge is weak. So that means that all this is really knowledge, understanding, and practice. More you practice, more anything in the life. It's just you do it and you practice it, and then you keep becoming not only perfect but very good in doing it, right? Because that is called Purusharat. Mm. That's the effort, right? And we have to continuously keep making efforts. Baba always says that as breathing is life, efforts also is life. Without effort, you really don't enjoy, don't feel happy, don't feel powerful. But if we keep making efforts, then. So for tomorrow, our homework is to use a break in a second by using power to merge. Pay attention when traffic song is played every hour. See whatever you're thinking, can you stop for a minute? You will really feel very good. Today I really saw so much benefit in applying be what Baba is saying to us. Oh, Shanti.
Om Shanti, everyone. Dear Mohini Didi Ji. Good to be with you again. Welcome everyone in Navicti Parivar. And of course, I have a magic flower for you, Didi. And it's not from my balcony, it is from Baba's home here in Toronto. So on behalf of everyone, Jasmine. And finally, Mohini Didi can smell it. I didn't smell it.
Thank you.
It smelled really very nice.
Yeah, very good. Thank you.
Subtle. I don't know if there will be jasmine flowers in golden age. Maybe they will be bigger, no? A little bit. So Didi, I really enjoyed the way you invited us yesterday to start a journey within. And those who maybe missed our chit chat yesterday, you invited us to create the thought and the feeling associated with the.
Can you lift your mic?
You want the mic in my mouth? Closer.
Near you.
What do you mean away? Near, yeah, but I need to put it like this. Because I'm talking like that, no? We have a director of film who is highly professional, more than me. I like this. Is it okay, Bumiji? If you put some sweet on it, I can put it closer to be like ice cream. During the evening, I can enjoy it. So I was sharing that, sorry, don't pay attention to. I was saying that you invited us yesterday to create the thought and the feeling associated with the emergence of our divinity. And I like the way you built it. You said we're first mouth-born progeny, then we become pure Brahmins, and then deities. And you were inviting us to think not only of the birth of Sri Krishna, for example, but the fact that all the children will also have a divine birth, and we will have a divine birth. So I think that for a movie, it's a very good start. And my question to you today is, what would be the right second question? What will be the next step we should be thinking about to move forward in that journey within? And I'm ready to listen very carefully.
I will first try to bring kind of closer answer from yesterday's question.
It's okay.
I am almost there. I just thought that it's not information, it's just we really, as you said very appropriately, that when in that garden where Brahma Baba saw so many children, prince, princess, I want you all to feel you are one of the child. How many of you think you are one of that? Everyone, right? And you, Brother Eric?
I'm thinking, yes. Will you be there? Okay, so I'll come with you.
Definitely.
Join you. But if you don't go, I don't go. So
No, because I don't know if you all remember that when you got spiritual birth, mouth progeny, right? A birth, then what was really the feeling, in the sense of course, purity, but maybe for a few minutes, may not be, because then you come to know about be victorious, conquer vices, and then we get into so many things or study. But just the feeling of being a child of God. My always, even before Gyan, I am the child of divine. That time we thought Sri Krishna was God. How can I be different than my father? How can I be? So I always kind of, when Baba said, you have to become like me, I said, but we are like you, but not 100%. So we are reclaiming now what we were. We lost it. But as soon as I, God's child, I always say that a monkey cannot be elephant's child, right? It has to be little elephant with big one. No? One time somebody brought a very nice gift of one elephant, and there were 4 little ones. And I still have that because I like it. So God's child, becoming gods and goddesses was original. Capital G God, one, gods and goddesses, his children, his family, that garden. Now that is where if you believe and experience, and that's where your journey begins of the golden age. Or I will take back on little concepts on, there is depiction of Sri Krishna, and then of course we have Christ and Moses. If you look at their birth and some of the similarities, Sri Krishna the way we understand and what is in path of bhakti, his incarnation, right? So there are different ways his birth is shown. One is that his parents were put in a prison because the ruler at that time was, his name was Kansa. He heard this prediction that the eighth child of this couple will be born as incarnation to kill you. So he was watching when one child, I don't know about 8 children, it has to be in Iron Age. And the eighth child will be one who will kill. Right? Other is shown Sri Krishna in a pepper leaf, right, in the water, like first leaf. Now that is another way it is shown as the birth. So either it is in the prison or it is there. The whole question is like what Baba tells us, that he was first prince. But what is in the path of bhakti, that he was incarnation to kill the devil, right? Now when you see this, I know little bit, maybe I read in detail but don't remember about the way Christ was born. Now they say Virgin Mary. You know, it's like, now what is the scientific logic in accepting? How is that possible? It's not. But still everyone believes, no? What do you think? You're
I think
Christian?
it's possible, yeah.
It's possible. Virgin Mary's child was Jesus, right?
Mhm.
Moses, why he was put on this basket and
On the river.
in the river? Because there is also a story behind about his birth. Now their birth also actually is the prophets, right? Why was Jesus born? They say then he's got commandments and all that. Moses also something similar. So look at all these kind of mixed ways of how their stories, their life is shown in the path of bhakti. Now it's a completely new concept when Baba comes and he says he was the first prince of Golden Age. So was he prophet or was he a prince? Now this is where we connect with Brahma Baba. That Brahma Baba is prophet, and then what is there is next birth is Sri Krishna. All of us, we are at this time. No, Baba says avatar, you are incarnated. Always, there was a time in Avyakt Murli's Baba says, always remember that I have incarnated in this body for a task, right? And then in this incarnation of ours, whatever elevated actions we do, whatever receives from Baba, then what happens is in next birth, you become prince, princess. So there is whole connection also. Baba says that in golden age, you are double crowned prince, princess, double crowned kings, right? And one is of holiness, other is highness. So you have two crowns. And then when copper age begins, the religious power and political power, state, they divide, right? So one crown or one title goes to Jesus or Christ, and one goes to at that time who was kingdom, whose kingdom was it is. So that means two souls, one will become the head of the state and one will become the head of religion, right? So it gets religio-political, gets divided in copper age. In Sri Krishna, both crowns, both powers are in one, right? He's a king, but also he's a spiritual or divine leader. Now, I said, just to think about that, to have a pure body, you need pure elements. From where is pure body is not coming from the womb of mother, but from elements. And then even before that we think of his birth, you can think little bit about his parents also. Of course, Baba explains that parents were in the cage of Raman or cage of, vices. And in that cage, he is born. So it makes me like, all of us are really trying to understand what exactly. So that means 5 elements have to purify, they have to be pure. So when I look at present and I say, when Baba also says that all 5 elements will act together. One time I was asking Dadi Prakash Mani, we were flying from here to Chile. And I said, Dadi, how will these billions of people, what you all keep saying about destruction, I don't see is possible. But now more I know that everywhere, underwater, above water, sea, everywhere they have bombs, everywhere. And I think you know more than me, but that's the information. And Baba also, okay, we have to kind of, we're not saying it, but when this war began, and then, the feeling of revenge that, okay, you killed my father, now I'm not going to give up. That is one thing, but then again, so they keep using. There is lot of pollution. And also one of the thing which is happening, which is very, very against godly law, is destruction of natural resources like oil and everything. Okay, that's one thing. When it finishes, then all these different kind of calamities will clean the whole thing. Now, the duration of that, confluence age 90 years, Brahma Baba's age sometimes mention 100. So if we keep it 10 years, there are some sisters around me. They say we just 10 years plan about everything. So that transition time between cleansing and all that, that is the time where somewhere they say Mathura now, but it's the same location of Mathura, or it was, but that's where Sri Krishna is born. The way birth is shown in Mathura is a normal birth. If you happen to go to Mathura, because Vrindavan, there are 2 pilgrimages connected with Sri Krishna's childhood. One is Mathura, where he is born. I had been to Mathura. And the place they show was like a normal. But according to our understanding, he should be born in a palace, right? But that won't happen. It will be normal. And then, of course, he gets the kingdom. So it will be natural, normal birth, but pure.
I was going to say, what do you mean normal birth? Yeah, pure.
Hmm?
Pure, no. But normal, you means in a sense the surrounding will be normal before the palaces or anything like this, yeah.
See, I'm also thinking, I am thus, and because I know some of these places where they show Sri Krishna's birth, and So he means if Sri Krishna is born in a palace or somewhere and it's still confluence age, it will be revealed. But they say it was very incognito. It won't be revealed for a while. That means we won't even know. But at the same time, we all will be born here, there, because the same family, friendship, we all are together. At that time, there are souls who didn't go to Paramdham. Some might get chance and some will continue. See, one time we had already thought about, will every soul go to home? But then we don't know. It's not annihilation. It's just as a sapling from the rose plant for another tree. So that means some souls will continue. They will not go home. But those souls now, when he is growing at that time, will either take another birth or will go home. Think about it. I'm just keeping both things inside. Yeah, maybe go to Mathura and see those places where Radha was born, where Krishna is born. And from there, really, a story begins, a very beautiful way. And then, of course, Baba says that Lakshmi Narayan in their childhood were Radha and Krishna, which is not. Now, they say in Patha Bhakti that Sri Krishna was born in Copper Age, Dwapar Yuga. And Baba says why he came in Copper Age to make the world Kali Yuga. That's Baba says. But then on other side, Baba says no, he's born at confluence age, Kali Yuga, to make it Satya. So that means Sri Krishna's role is prophet soul and also then the fruition is prince princess, which is with all the religions. That Christ Jesus and Christ two souls. One gets kingdom, one gets head of the religion. And that is where they say these days, no, in the Western world, they have state and religion, right? They are two different things. State is more political and religious is too authoritative. Actual until now, you have Pope and then you have, whosoever is the leader. So it gets divided, both powers. Now at this time, why Dadi Prakash Mani is administrative head? So people say, who is spiritual head? When we go in New York, we went to embassy to get invitation. Our administrative head. It doesn't mean anything to them because why I have to meet administrative head? Then we say, who is spiritual head? So we say, she is also spiritual head. So then we asked Ramesh Bhai that why they are not called spiritual heads. Said for us, Baba is the only one who is spiritual head. But then people don't connect, right? So just understand these two powers and then Sri Krishna, Baba says eight dynasties of Sri Krishna. And that same Baba gives example of any dynasties they last for. And then how power gets divided, end of Copper Age, beginning of Copper Age, and then, end of Silver Age actually. When other prophets start coming, by that time there was division already, means that's what got divided. So I would want you, because you have some background of Christianity, some knowledge of also, Jews, and now you know a little bit about, maybe not much about Hindu religion or deity religion. So if you can help me, what I am saying, to think about all division of power and profit and fruition, connection of Brahma Baba and Sri Krishna, and then you tell me tomorrow, that will be my question to you. Because you said I need to give you questions, right?
No, but it's a question that you ask to yourself. The thought here, yeah, you tell us what's the next step in reflection. Maybe just to conclude, how do you connect that with also on Sunday? You told us that before we understand also golden age, we need to understand the golden stage, our golden age stage. And you mentioned also in Hindi this morning, you had this thoughts came to you because we talk about it in the evening, and then in the morning you have new thoughts. So how would you connect this feeling, that you have, that the family, the connection we have with each other, creating the family, creating the yagya, is also the foundation of maybe what happens at the time, because Krishna is not going to come alone. There's a whole family around, there's a whole kingdom being born, there's a whole world being born. So these souls will be accompanying the birth. Will they be in that golden age stage that will become fixed in them, between now and then?
See, one of the main thing, there are 3 stages, Sato, Rajo, Tamo. And Baba says in Murli, through remembrance, becomes Sato Pradhan from Tamo. Purity is another thing. Sato Pradhan is like, and then of course, one is worshipworthy, that is soul and body, both are pure, then you are worshipworthy. So this also indicates purity of elements. No? So the main thing is Sato stage and Sato Pradhan stage. So we were Tamo, then Rajo, then Sato, and now we have to be Sato Pradhan. Sato Pradhan is total Sato. And in Sato there is truth, in Sato there is purity. Both truth and purity. And that's what Baba is at present at Confluence Sage. We are imbibing both qualities. So I like this whole thing of, becoming Sato Pradhan. And now that is called golden stage. In golden stage, silver is basically where there's still struggle. Kshatri, warriors, that you are still somewhere internally battling. So that means you have reached up to silver age. Majority of Baba's children have reached up to end of silver age. Only they have to cross over.
And of silver age, border of copper age or border of golden age?
Golden age.
Okay.
So when you internally you are completely no conflict, no dispute, nothing, like you are become very not only neutral, akarmi they call it, but your mind even doesn't work, when it comes to conflict and all that. I want to define more, but you all can think too. Sato stage is silver age, Sato Pradhan is golden age.
I can ask you another question tomorrow if you want.
So these are the questions I am giving you.
Okay.
And all of us churn on that, reflect on that, as much you understood. But this morning I had like whole thing of profit and fruition, which Baba talks of, which is very clear in other religions also. But everyone of them is born in a very natural environment, right? But then when we say Krishna will be born through power of yoga, then we say Virgin Mary, and I don't know about Moses' mother. Must be some story
In fact,
there.
yeah.
Okay,
Well,
so
thank you, Didi.
continue with.
I think it's very, very interesting how you are bringing these elements, and I feel we're taking the 7 days course again a little bit differently. Do you all enjoy the process?
but
Are you all following?
I
Yes.
have understood all these, in the knowledge, and these days we don't talk much about these things. But everything really Baba talks in the Murli, right?
But we had detailed explanation in a certain way with Jagdish Bai. I think in his books he explained many aspects. But I think now, almost 40 years later, it's time to revise this the way you're doing it now, which is more, we have to create our own image, not just to read on the paper and understand, but to create and compare to where we're at. Like you were saying yesterday, you said we all feel there's a difference between where we're at today and where we were 10 years ago. So we appreciate very much you taking us to the journey. So looking forward to next station tomorrow, and everybody enjoys. Yeah, you'll be here tomorrow. Thank you, Didi.
I look forward for questions from you tomorrow.
Since we're going deep into our thinking, they have planned, I think, something more entertaining, a little bit more physical, and I think we'll go into the experience of what do they study, what class is happening in Golden Age. And Kumars are very good to tell us because they remember. I don't know Shaktis, but Kumar remembered what happened there, and they're going to display what happened in a classroom in Golden Age. They were
together with Sri Krishna studying.
Yes, because he was on the brother's side with Krishna. So it was brothers with Sri Krishna, brothers. Thank you, Didi, and let's have a little moment of entertainment and see you tomorrow.
Om Shanti. So we have a little performance from our brothers. So would like to invite them, and they have prepared something for all of us to witness, entertain. Are you all ready? Are you ready? 1 minute. Start.
आइए आपको हम ले चलते हैं
1 minute.
सत्युग के स्कूल में।
Start.
आइए आपको हम ले चलते हैं सत्युग के स्कूल में। बाबा ने बताया है वहाँ की पढ़ाई भी एक खेल है। खेल खेल में पढ़ेंगे, वहाँ छोटे बड़े सब आर्टिस्ट होंगे। साज, आर्ट और खेल। साज अर्थात गायन विद्या के संगीत गाएंगे, इसी में पढ़ाई पढ़ेंगे। वहाँ की हिस्ट्री भी संगीत और कविताओं में होंगी। रास भी करेंगे, नाटक भी करेंगे। बाकी हाँ, सिनेमा वहाँ नहीं होंगे। गुणों का कॉलेज बहुत रॉयल होगा। तो आइए हम आपको ले चलते हैं सतयुग के स्कूल में। वहाँ का संगीत मनमोहक होता है, जैसे कि आंतरिक सुख देता है। छंद, दोहे और कविताओं के रूप में प्रस्तुत किया गया संगीत दिल को छू लेता है। तो आइए चलते हैं सतयुग की संगीत कक्षा में। आइए अभी हम चलते हैं सतयुग की चित्रशाला में, जहाँ देवताएं अपने दिल की बातें चित्रों के रूप में प्रस्तुत करते हैं। जैसे यहाँ बाप दादा के जीवन चरित्र कहानियों के रूप में सुनते हो, वैसे देवताएं के चरित्र कहानियों और चित्रों के रूप में प्रस्तुत किए जाएंगे। हर एक चित्र रंग बिरंगी रंगों से सजे हुए होंगे। सतयुग में कृष्ण की डांस दिखाते हैं। जरूर प्रिंस प्रिंसेस आपस में डांस करेंगे। वहां श्री कृष्ण के साथ रास करने वाले वे होंगे जिन्होंने संगम पर बाप के साथ संस्कार मिलाने की रास मिलाई होगी। जो यहाँ अति इंद्रिय सुख के झूले में बाप के साथ सदा झूलते हैं, वे वहां भी झूले में साथ में झूलेंगे। आइए सब मिलकर श्री कृष्ण के साथ अति इंद्रिय सुख के झूले में नृत्य करें।
कभी कृष्ण है राधा,
राधा कभी कृष्ण है राधा,
रूप रस रहस्य योग रास में साधा,
रूप रस रहस्य योग रास में साधा। राधा कभी कृष्ण है राधा, रूप रस रहस्य योग रास में साधा।
अष्टमी का चंद्र दोनों ओर है आधा,
अष्टमी का चंद्र दोनों ओर है आधा,
राधा कभी कृष्ण है राधा, प्रेम योग में न भेद भाव की बाधा,
प्रेम योग में न भेद भाव की बाधा।
राधा कभी कृष्ण है राधा, राधा कभी कृष्ण है राधा।
Om Shanti. Thank you so much. I'm sure everyone felt we are in golden age. Krishna is with us, and we are feeling that we are also with him, dancing, experiencing golden stage and golden age.